does in time. 20 seconds left. You're about to make the biggest play of your career.
And it's all just trading left, right, center. The Echo with the Yokai trying to stop the fuse, and it could go down. Corza with the cross angle. Crosses 20 seconds. The fuse on the ground. Corza finds one. Ganny touches it out. 15 seconds. Ganny finds kills. He sees the player on top of that. 51. Not a man. They have to get the kills here. They have to stop someone.
Welcome everyone to tonight's matchup on the R6 SSA stream tonight. I'm your host for the night, Alpha Simp. I'm here with some candlelight as thanks to everyone's favorite power utility company, there is not really much that's going to be happening on the lighting side. But other than that, we've got a great lineup for you tonight. We've got Taken against Memphis. This should be a great matchup. Some very well-known faces, old faces on the side of Taken in the form of Astra, Fish, Lulu, Necrosis and Misty. Should be a great team. Keen to watch it. It's one of the teams that I actually think has a pretty good chance of getting to the LAN. I don't personally rate them yet in my top 4, but I do think that they do have a good chance if they really pull one out the bag here. On the other side, we've got Memphis. Memphis tonight, that we did interview their captain actually a couple weeks ago for the people that watched the pre-show, the pre-tournament show, and they were saying that it is a bit of a meme team. But on that note, they did say that the meme team does have potential to really make some upsets. I'm curious to see exactly what we get to see out of the upsets that they can cause. We've got Moxie, Barcode, Ceres and Prawn, Zapex, and I want to see what they can do. They were telling me that they've got the strats, they've got the ways to really upset a big team, including not only Levitate and some of the other teams here, but I'm very curious to see how this plays out. Hopefully it's not incredibly one-sided, but when I did speak to Astra earlier, he did try to say he wants to make it a 7-0, so we're going to have to see what comes out of Taken in Memphis here. As for the matchup itself, I'm expecting a bit of a washover, to be honest. Hopefully it was not going to have a washover. Memphis promised me big time that it was going to be a good match here. I even saw Moxie in a custom game. He was really warming up his aim, hit me with a one-tap. We should get some good gameplay out of them tonight. So, obviously this is our first stream here as official R6 SSA. And one of the things that we've got going here is that we're actually going to have some highlighted players. We've actually chosen Fish and Moxie for this one purely because of 2 reasons. 1, they're both the captains for their respective teams. And 2, they are both the kill leaders and the carriers for their teams. They're not carrying, but more they're the ones leading the charge for their teams. And it's very important in both of these teams. Moxie, yes, his team hasn't had the greatest win rate, but you can see he's sitting there on the 1.0 KD. He's the spearhead for his team here. On Fish, on the other side, again, slightly above the 1.0 KD. But again, he's leading the charge for his team. These two are going to be instrumental. I'm wanting to see them go head to head. I want to see what they can do. They're the fraggers for their team. They're the ones that are going to be having the initial entry to every single time. And I want to see what they can do, especially from Moxie's side. They're a meme team. They said they've got strats that were designed to counter what Taken were going to do. I want to see how is Moxie going to incorporate himself into this. How can he keep that KD up? Because a lot of the times, meme strats don't work with KD. On the other side, Fish and them, they've got to figure out how can they adapt to these weird strats that they've not prepared for. Because obviously in scrims, they're preparing for teams like Levitate. How is Fish going to get his team to adapt to what Memphis is going to be throwing at them? Because this is not what you're normally experiencing in scrims. You're experiencing high-level gameplay. You're not experiencing Moxie and them with their all brain, no aim, and their weird strats. But coming up now, we should have the map bans. I'm not actually sure what the maps are going to be. I'm actually personally hoping that we get to see some theme park. It's, for the people that don't know, it's my favorite map in the entire series. But I do see we have Bank that has been banned out. So we're gonna have to see how it goes from there. Great, I'm glad Bank's out. Don't like the map. Don't like casting it. But again, I'm hoping we get to see some theme park. Skyscraper gone out. Generic ban. I think it's a map that a lot of teams don't like to play. It's still very new to the map pool, and as well, it's not as obvious as to what the best strats are that teams can pull out. But I do think it has a lot of potential when we see later on during the tournament. Cafe being the next ban that went out. Bit of a shame. Normally tends to be good mapped. But again, I'm just really hyped and hoping it's going to be theme park. Villa goes out. Thank you. Do not need that mess of Villa tonight. Border goes out. We're getting close. I'm actually hyped here. But Border, interesting map. We'd have to see what it. And box gone. Now I'm sad. Okay, so what does that leave us with? That leaves us with Clubhouse as a possibility. It's a pretty standard one. Every team knows how to play it. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up there. Chalet's gone out, so that's unfortunate. Chalet does tend to lend good map, good gameplay, and as well as a map, it doesn't really require heavy stratting from an attacking side. So you can really see some interesting gameplay coming out of it. But again, I'm actually maybe thinking it's going to be a Clubhouse here. It's a map that tends to lend itself very balanced in the grand scheme of things when you compare it to Theme Park. But no, I am wrong again. Clubhouse has been banned out. I have no clue what to say about this stuff anymore. Okay, so that means we're going to be going to Oregon. Again, it's the good news for this map. I think it's good news for Memphis. I don't think it's good news for Taken. The reason I think it's good news for Memphis is because as a map, it does not require as much of a structure as what you would on, say, a map like Theme Park. That might play into their hands. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of different ways you can play it. You can go for full roams. There's a lot of rush opportunities. There's opportunities to take it slow and play very traditional siege. That's going to be curious to see. I'm predicting Taken playing very predictable and traditional siege, while Memphis are going to be doing a lot of Hail Mary plays and trying to rely on heavy gunner strats. A lot like the current G2 roster for the people that are fans of EUL, I'd say. But yeah, looking into that now, I think we're going to have a great lineup here, great matchup. Oregon should be an entertaining map to watch. I believe we are now actually busy getting the players ready in the lobby. So I'm going to have to keep you guys busy whilst that happens. Whilst we're looking into it, I want to know, chat, tell me, if the chatters that are there, tell me, what are we going to be seeing? What are you predicting? Are you predicting a 7-0? Are you predicting it being on the other side? Are you predicting Memphis flushing over Taken or a proper tight-knit matchup here? Personally, I'm predicting to see Astra go huge. Obviously, that's a player that we've known from back in the day. He was in the Titan rosters in a lot of and when that roster was in all of its glory. Yes, he did play a sub for a while, but still, he did very well in his time there. That's a veteran of the scene. Same with Lulu in that roster. Fish as well is a veteran of the scene. Yes, he hasn't seen the same glory as what Lulu and Astra has, but he's got a lot of experience coming in there, whereas the side of Memphis is still a very newly formed team and don't have that experience. And I'm expecting Astra and Fish to be the guys that are going to be the spearhead of the operation they're on Taken. If they don't lead the charge here, then I have a feeling they're going to be a bit of trouble in Memphis. So we're still waiting to see in the lobby. I'm not sure how many people we have in the lobby. I've actually lost all footage on my side of the screen. But here we go. We're still getting players in the lobby, so I'm going to have to ramble a bit more for you. So sorry for the people that don't like seeing my face and hearing my voice. But as well, what I'm trying to figure out is, chat, I want to see, what are you guys going to be saying about this? If I were to make a little guess here, okay, and say, actually, I'm going to do the opposite of what I was predicting. I'm going to make a bet with chat here, and say that we're going to see a very tight game that's going to go all the way to match point overtime. So I want to know, chat, can you agree with me on this? It's going to be very interesting to see if it can actually happen, because it's not what we're predicting, what other people have been predicting. I've been the whole day, had players telling me, no, Taken are going to 7-0 them because Taken have been working very hard, Taken are getting ready. Apparently, even But Memphis is scaring the Levitate players. The Levitate players are watching this. Sully, I know he's in chat. Sully is watching this match. He is waiting to see what Memphis and them are going to do. So it's just going to be a little interesting matchup to watch here. Also, of note on the Memphis side is they are playing with a stand-in player who has been agreed with tournament rules, obviously, for the people that don't know, of Femo for whatever reason, don't have the reason on our side. So they are going to have to play with that slight ick, knowing on their sides that they don't have their full star-studded lineup. But Femo, obviously, is a player that's been in Siege for a long time. He does bring a lot of experience to the team, not necessarily on the comp side, but he does bring experience maybe more in the fragging department. So maybe they can bridge the gap a little bit with that as well, especially if Fish does not have a good game. Astra as well. Astra did tell me a little bit earlier that he's extremely sick today. So if he doesn't start to show up and the rest of the Taken players are having an average game, maybe having someone that has the ability just to pop off a little bit could really help Memphis out, especially on a map like Oregon, which tends to be a bit more of a balanced map. Yes, the basement and the top floor are pretty secure sites in terms of the defense, if the defense knows what they're doing. But again, there's lots of opportunities for the attackers. You've got your big window options. You've got your options down. You've got your options to run through the bottom. You can do complete roam clears. There are unlimited options as to what you can do. So I'm really just hoping to see one. I want to see how Memphis approaches their attacks. Taken again, I'm expecting traditional predictable Siege. If I don't see Taken playing Siege the way that we would consider the standard, especially for Oregon, I see them maybe struggling a bit because that's not a playstyle that they've been practicing. They need to stick to what they know and hope that they can just make the small little adaptations, and that's going to be on Fish and his leadership there for the team to do that. With Oregon especially, it's a map where there's a lot of different ways to play it. You can really make it defensive-sided or attacker-sided if you know what you're doing, but it's going to be a lot of adaptation needed to counter Memphis' stranger gameplay. So, chat. Last time. Let's see. What can you guys tell me? I want to know. What are you guys going to say? What are you guys predicting? Will there be a washout here, or will this be a really good game to watch? That's all I want to know out of you guys. And then after that, your opinions are irrelevant to me because, well, I'm the caster here. We've got a prediction running on stream, actually, so we're going to have to see, as I've been heard in my ears now, thanks to my courtesy. Aldo will be our spectator for this match, so thank you very much to him assisting here. For those of you that are just tuning in, we are just waiting for all the players to get into the lobby, which is why you're stuck with my rambling face, just trying to delay some time for you. We do currently have, I'd say, about half of the players in the lobby, just over half the players in the lobby, just waiting for the last couple to load in. We know how it is. It's South African Siege. Players are late. Load shedding makes life difficult. But we're getting there slowly but surely to get it underway. And then hopefully this whole stream will run smoothly. It is actually the first match that we've had officially as the main channel. And this will also it's a trial for us to see exactly how is everything going to look on our side. We are fairly happy with how it looks on the OBS side. So it's just a question of, do you guys like it as well? Let us know on Twitter, let us know in chat, let us know in Discord DMs. What do you guys think? If you have suggestions, please let us know. Again, we are, especially from Aldo's side, it's a small team here running the whole show. Any improvements, let us know, but we are trying to make everything as professional as possible and have it all so that it's pleasing for you guys to watch, and as well, it's entertaining. Which again, I'm hoping Memphis really brings today. Memphis are a team that, again, we did interview Moxie at the beginning, and he said he wants to make the gameplay as entertaining as possible for them, for him and his team, and for all of us to watch. And I'm having to solo cast this, so it will be a bit more difficult, so please, I will be trying my best. I'm solo casting because Kanye has abandoned me today. So give him some love in Twitter, and I mean actual love. Don't hate on Kanye. He is the best, one of the best casters in the scene. And yeah, waiting for the last. Yeah, Aldo's actually going to be hopping in to talk with maybe just to give us a bit of an overview of the tournament. It's again just to explain everything for the people that are new. This is the first official match on the official channels. There have been some other matches going on in the background which haven't been streamed, unfortunately, due to load shedding. But I do believe Aldo is ready to hop in here a little bit.
Hello everyone. Sorry if my mic isn't so great. I haven't really prepared for this, but just a little update on the teams and what's happening. We're just waiting for a player from Memphis just to join in. Having a little bit of load shedding issues, surprise, surprise. Power should have come on 6 minutes ago. It seems like it's taking ESCOM a little while to flip those switches, but hopefully we'll get it underway as soon as we can. Yeah, but so far, like you said, Justin, we would love to have some community feedback. This is our first stream. Eventually got a bit of a gap with load shedding to get a game in. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but we're here eventually. So I'm really hoping you guys love the production. It's taken some time to put it together, if I'm gonna be honest, but so far so good, I think. So I'm just so excited to start these streams. Get some gameplay under the belts, get some good footage. It's always great for the community to actually tune into these matches and see what's actually happening, and not everything happening behind the scenes, and not really engaging with the teams and the action. So that's what we're trying to build here, like a cool little stream broadcast that we're just trying to push the boundaries as far as we can. So hopefully you guys are happy with it.
Yeah. As well on that, what I'm looking at as well in obviously the tournament as a whole, this is obviously the first tournament that Siege has had in a while. And I'm looking for one thing that I'm really happy about is that, as I can say from my side, I think a lot of the players in the chat and who watch this later on and who just in the scene in general will agree that one thing that the scene needed was very good production and the consistency. And Aldo and them are really trying to bring it for us. I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm constantly seeing what's going on. And guys, I can promise you, Aldo and them are trying their best. And I know sometimes it's going to be a bit frustrating, especially for some of the players when it takes long to get an answer out of someone. But please work with us on it, and it should all go well. We're trying to make everything run as smooth as possible, especially from Aldo's side. He's doing a great job. You've been doing a great job, Aldo. And so far, the tournament has run smoothly. I don't think there's been any small hiccups besides just us having to start the streams much later on than what was originally planned. But again, unfortunately, we can't control what happens with ESCOM.
Yeah,
But
it has its challenges, that's for sure. But we're here to adapt, to kind of do our part, do as much as we can. But yeah, it doesn't help complaining. We just need to move around it. I can't make a phone call to Cyril to ask him to turn the load shedding a bit down. It really sometimes feels like they have the Siege tournaments close eye on that, because every time we host one, load shedding makes its appearance. But we work around
yeah,
it. We do what we can, and hopefully we can make something out of it. But just to look over the teams again, we have Taken against Memphis. Taken currently being they currently fourth in the group, where Memphis,
yes.
they are eighth. So this is going to be a tough challenge. Looking
I,
at that for Memphis to take on Taken, they've had a few good results. So it's going to be interesting. I think if Memphis can win this game, it will definitely, I think, be a bit of an upset for Taken. But again, like we said in the pre-show, this is a best of one. Anything can happen. So I'm quite excited for this to start.
yes. Looking into it as well, the group standings, yes, we've still got a long way to go in the tournament, but at the same time, it is starting to get to the point where teams really need to make sure they're again maximizing every point possible, making sure that they aren't hitting overtime just to make sure that they've got that gap. Because obviously, I've seen the land venue, guys. You want to be there, and I think the teams are starting to know that it's roundabout now that you can't afford to be taking unnecessary losses and losing unnecessary points. It's getting to the point especially for a team like Memphis, where they cannot afford to, where they're going to have to really play really well to turn it around.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Oh, as I say that, they joined in. We have the game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. But that's going to be me. I'm out. This was way too much for me. But
Thank you
hopefully I
very
didn't
much,
annoy you
Albert.
guys too much. But yeah, eventually we got the game ready. We'll
Yeah,
hop
so
into as soon as we can.
lobby is full. We are all ready to go. We are just getting the ready out of all the players. Ready's in chat. There's going to be Oregon. Should be a great game. Again, here with the R6 SSA Siege. If there's any clips you want to tweet, anything you want to tweet on Twitter, hit it with the hashtag R6 SSA. We'll get it out there. We want to get the publicity. We want to have it going, and we are ready to start. We should be going in the next couple seconds here. And we are going in, and it is live. So, first things first, when I'm looking at the map bans, I do see that currently there is actually a bit of a split in the prediction here of around 45-56% with 56% being to Taken. So it's actually a lot closer in terms of Twitch opinion than what I thought it would be. But I think a big thing with Oregon, the operator bans are going to be where it starts, where we're going to have to see it. Every match starts with the operator bans. That's where a lot of the matches are going to be won or lost here. Memphis are going to have to ban Smart. Taken as well, they're going to ban Smart. They're going to have to decide, do they want to ban traditionally? Do they want to maybe get rid of the LMGs that a lot of teams are going to be abusing? Or are they going to look to abuse the LMGs on Finker themselves? Thatcher going out as the first ban. Defense, standard. It's traditional. No one shocked. Flores, again, not a shocker. Helps you look after your utility. From Taken's side, I would have actually personally kept the Flores in, just to help with the utility, but they do still have the Finker and the LMGs and the Gon 6 and the nades and everything that we don't want. So yeah, that's on that. Cade going out from Taken. So for the players that don't know, or a little bit more new to Comp Siege, if Thatcher's not on the board and Cade is on the board, Cade becomes extremely powerful. So by removing Cade, Taken have done a very traditional ban in which they are trying to stop the map from becoming too defensive-sided so that they can keep it even, especially since they're starting on the attack here. With Mirror being the final ban, very, very traditional ban there. A lot of players don't like Mirror being played. They don't like having to deal with it, don't like having to pick the Vector. The Vector is an extremely powerful gun. But we are now into our pick phase here. And for the people that haven't maybe known about the 6-pick phase being removed, that is a thing. It has been removed, and instead now we have attacker repick where anything you see from the attackers can change. So the lineup that you see from the attackers there at the moment looks traditional, but we could see it completely change. But at the moment, we are seeing the Maverick coming out along with the Ace, so hard breach should not be a problem for this. On the other side, I am actually seeing Bandit coming up, so maybe they're going to try and do a bit of Bandit tricking. It is kids' dorms, so it's going to be a bit difficult to keep any of the walls secure, especially with the Maverick and the Ace being on the board. But going into that, we need to look into the setup here. Memphis are actually doing a pretty standard setup, but the question is it going to be standard in ranked or comp standard setup? First impacts going out into the walls. Not a lot, nothing really special from what I can see. The lineup itself is very much, they've chosen guns over massive utilities. There's not a lot of shield presence. It's 1C4, 2 impact nades on the board. So again, not a lot of post-plant denial either. So very much they've gone for more comfort picks in the operators here, is what I've seen here. On the other side, we do have the Finker on Misty. On Fish, we've got him on the Ash. He's actually running the R4C, which is quite interesting to me because a lot of players haven't really been touching that ever since it got nerfed with the recoil. But looking into it now, we do have Fish actually looking to be a little drone work here. I'm surprised that he's not being even fed all the information there, but as I said that, there is a drone coming in and looks like he's actually going to be doing a very aggressive peek here into the site. The drone is feeding him in all the information that he is safe to peek here. He does have to shoot some action shots at the bandit, but they're on a lot of returning shots. Nothing really, no really damage done either side. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. This is where Memphis are going to have to try and waste as much time as possible so that Roma the Jaeger, their barcode, he needs to have an effect here. Astra and them are starting their work on the other side. And we do, it does look like it's actually going to be a split take coming out here, with Lulu does look like he's going to be opening up the main wall, so we're going to have a split take coming up here, maybe from the side of Memphis, from Taken. My apologies, not Memphis. With Barcode, he has potential for a flank here. There is a Nomad on the board, which could, but she's going to have to be very careful where she puts her stuff down, but at the same time, if he can get past it. But Fish opens up for the board, on the board with Prawn, but Famo does frag him back. So it's a 4-4 split, not really the start that Fish would have wanted to his match, but Famo has been down, so it looks like they're coming through, like Astra is worming his way through there. Famo down, so it is currently just a 3v3 here. But Famo is possibly being picked up. Moxie does a quick reinforcement. Oh, he doesn't actually complete the reinforcement, so it looks like Famo being picked up. It is back to a 4v3 for the side of Memphis here. Not looking too good as a situation for Taken here. They've got a minute left on the clock that they need to try and figure out how they're going to do this. Not too much here for them to do. Minute left. They've got to do some drone work. They've got a lot of drones on the board here, but Necrox does find Moxie, so back to the 3v3. Full HP advantage aside here, but Astra does get his first pick. I've been predicting him to go big. Bamo does find Lulu, and that is a diffuser down. It is a 2v1 here for Barcode, but he does have the advantage of the diffuser. It's not in the hands of Astra. Astra has gone and picked it up again, and there's a big crossfire coming from the window. Necrox finding the final kill there, taking the first round on the board for Taken. So, looking into that round, for everyone that doesn't know, it was actually a pretty traditional take there from Taken. Memphis did actually manage to shut down the initial aggression that we saw out of our friend Fish there, which is good on their part. So looking into it as well, if we can just see the scoreboard there for a second, I do believe we did actually see a fairly distributed kill between the whole team and the whole roster on the side of Memphis. So they have been shooting back, and it did come a bit down to the wire there. Lulu dying with the diffuser there could have cost them the round, but Taken did well to set up that crossfire from the window. A very good crossfire there. A lot of the teams will be actually looking into how Taken are setting up their crossfires for future reference when they have to play Taken again. But looking into it now, Memphis has gone to the same maps here. So, not same map, the same site here. Memphis has gone to the same site, looking to try and repeat the early success that they had and to try and close it out, which they weren't able to do in the round there. It shouldn't be too much of effort for them, just small little mistakes on their side. Obviously, losing Femo to the down early on, he was able to get back up, but at that point, losing a player down to a down like that early in the round is not optimal, because what you end up with is with essentially it means that Memphis players can't fully focus. We do have the Vigil here going downstairs, so he's going to be trying to maybe pull off a flank that wasn't possible last round. Because I do see as well, there is obviously the Nomad on the board. We didn't actually see Hope using any of her charges, but Fish does look to be doing the same entries what he did before, the same drone work coming in. He's going to be looking to do that same initial aggression, try and find those early picks. Try and see what he can find here. He takes a lot of damage, but a lot of damage coming out onto Fish here. He isn't actually able to push in as far as he wants to. Barcode timing it beautifully to get the kill there onto the Finker. That is the nades off the board and the Gon 6 and the LMG gone. So, big loss there for Taken. It's going to be up to Fish to keep up the aggression here for his team. Luckily for him, he does seem to be capable of getting the kills, and Astra sitting there 2-0 along with Necrox. There should be a lot of capability to bring it back here. They do just need to find some aggression here and find a way in. But Fish is aware that there is a player down here somewhere, but he's given away his position with the pre-fire there. Now Apex knows, so the question is, how is he going to swing this? He does swing it! Oh, when he leaves Fish with 1 HP. But AP doesn't know that Apex is down, though. It has come out, and the call has come out, so that means it's back to the 4-4. Fish sitting with 5 HP on the board, and Barcode does kill Astra before the wall's actually been opened up, so they've actually lost their ability to come in from the back there, so it's going to have to become the frontal assault here trying to come through. Barcode is completely held that attic there. With Astra being gone, they cannot get in through here, so it's going to have to be a traditional take. No back attic take here, so they've got the deployable shield up. They've got no nades to clear it out. They're going to have to figure out to do this. And do this. Lulu is opening up the main wall here, so this is a bit of work here for Taken, but they're down on manpower, they're down on HP, down on utility. Memphis are looking very strong here. Necrosis, my apologies, not Necrox, is trying to set up a bit of a crossfire here, but it is not looking like he's going to be able to get anything to work here. Famo still sitting in a very strong position. Barker does seem to be aware that someone did drop down on the outside there, but they will all be aware to some of the windows being hit there. Necrosis is looking for something, looking for any way. The drones are coming in. They're looking for a way into the site, but they don't have the utility to clear shields. But Lulu thinks he may have spotted a hole on the defense here. They aren't fully aware of his position. He has just spotted a way in here. Barcode, the rest of the team seems to be completely preoccupied with the big window. And Fish is actually pushing his way in while Lulu's trying to use the plant now. Fish is covering down from. He's actually on top of the deployable shield that Barcode should have been holding earlier. The plant is complete. Suddenly it's a post plant, but Fish is dead. Moxie is just going for the retake. Very aggressive retake, and he's on the diffuser. Necrosis is going to have to play extremely aggressive here to try and get in that diffuser on time. There's only 3 seconds left, and it's been diffused. That was incredibly well played by Lulu to get in. Fish, unfortunately, but that was such a good retake there from Memphis, just pushing their way in. I believe that was, I'm not quite sure who it was. I believe it might have been Moxie who just pushed his way back in there and absolutely fragged out. And unfortunately, with the crossfire that Taken had set up, there was no way to be able to counter the diffuse. Memphis get their first round on the board. I was told earlier on that Taken were trying to get a 7-0 here. Well, folks, it is impossible for them now, with them being one on the board. But with that now being said and done, Moxie retaking the side for his team there, and actually a pretty good round coming out from the side of Memphis there. What I really did like to see was the fact that they fell back. They played it well. They took control of what they needed to take control of. And they kept control. They did not allow for Taken to push in too far. They killed Astra. Unfortunate for Astra there. Killed Astra, and they immediately identified that they were safe. There was no way that Lulu and them could attack from another side. There was no, and the whole attack had to be spear fronted here by Lulu. Lulu finding his way in now. And that means that Memphis have actually managed to take, not only a round, but they managed to take the top floor, which means they come to the basement now. The basement, a lot of teams will say tends to be their favorite map site to defend. There's a lot of ways to do it. You can turtle down, you can go roam, you can sit around and play a lot of a traditional way of taking the encounters and falling back. You can even do a variation of the traditional Clubhouse SSG roam that some teams have actually attempted to do on this map. So there's a lot of opportunity. I do also like as well that we do have the POG mats coming out. We do see those having a lot of effect in a lot of the high tier games and a lot of matches here. So we need to see maybe it catches some of the early aggression here from Fish. But he's already in the building. The drones are coming in. And there's a lot of early aggression here. He is actually trying to clear up the roam here, but there isn't a roam on the top floor. So clearly the drone communication hasn't been clearly communicated to him because he's still looking for a roamer here, but Famo has just returned back to the site. So it does look like the whole team is going to actually be opting to the turtle here. The early aggression does also slow down as they're just taking their time, droning it out, making sure that there isn't a single roamer on the board. They don't want to be caught out here. Lulu has got his can openers, and it looks like he's actually just going to be opening up the hatch here. They've actually opted just to switch to the Hibana hard breach, and with the can openers on the side of Lulu, maybe choosing to go for the guns, but Moxie opens it up onto Lulu with a very important kill there. That is the 0 off the board. They've lost a lot of that flank now because Zero brings so much information that can be used. And that's a big kill. Misty trying to get a little bit aggressive here. He does have the hatch open above him, so he can get some support from Astra up there, but he is sitting here with just no way really in. He's having to sit between a crossfire with Famo, but he does manage to find Prawn, and Necrosis is actually down, so that means on the side of Taken, there is only 3 players up on the board currently. On the side of Memphis, there is 4. Yes, Prawn is dead, but he's mute. He's done all his util work. for the most part, he was just a gun. On the other side, they've still got Legion up. The Legion is still offering a lot of utility. Lucy offering utility. There's still Famo up and running. Famo and Moxie. Moxie, up till this point, has had some big round in the last round. Narrow headshots missing out there from Silent Barcode. He is not letting them coming in. There's a big crossfire established here. And there's not going to be an easy way in for Taken. They're going to have to do something here. Astra's going to have to go bigger. Fish is trying to find his way in this chase here, but the Legion of Moxie is still playing aggressive there. He's not getting an inch. Astra trying to find through, and he gets absolutely obliterated with Necrosis, gets dropped by Valkyrie as well. Fish sitting on 1 HP with massive, but MSTI is pushing his way through in here. Fish sitting on 1 HP, he doesn't manage to find the kill. It's all going to be down to Misty here, but he doesn't make it as Moxie closes it out, putting Memphis 2-0 in the lead here. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who were saying that it was going to be 7-0 for Taken, you guys were clearly wrong, because Memphis is actually playing this really well. For a team that said to me they were going to be a meme team, I don't know what to tell you. They were doing this well. They had the crossfires, everything was looking good, and they held it out. That means now they are going to have to choose between going to dining or going to the church side. The church does tend to be a bit more defender-sided, but for a team that plays with a lot less structure, dining hall, as they're going to, tends to be a bit easier. It's the one that's preferred. It doesn't require the same structure. It doesn't require the same communication and the same teamwork. But I don't think Memphis has to worry about that, because I did see some good teamwork out of them. They knew their crossfires there. They set it up well. On the stairs there, Moxie did extremely well to keep Fish's aggression down and stop him from being able to push back, which meant that Astro was having to peek into crossfires and that he couldn't push his way in. In the end, yes, Misty did manage to push his way into the site, but by the time he did actually get into a position to do something, he was all alone in a 3v1 on 5 HP. So Taken are going to have to think about what can they do here. There is actually a repick coming out of here onto the OSA, so it looks like they've actually got something planned here, along with the Thermite. For the people that don't know, on this site, this is going to be brilliant. Barcode actually looks like he's going to be playing very aggressive up here to stop exactly what I was just about to talk about, where the Thermite can actually open up the wall by using the ceiling up here. So he doesn't even have to be in the bottom part of the building where he can be shot at. But by placing the Frost up there, or Barcode up there, maybe it was I'm assuming he's got some ADSs there with him, it means that Taken are going to have one hell of a fight to try and get him out of there, so they can actually get Thermite up there to open up that wall. From there, it'll be easy for them. If they can get the wall open with the OSA, it'll be really easy to get a plant down. That's essentially just free deployable shields there for them, especially since that Memphis doesn't actually have any impact nades on their side, so they're going to have to be throwing C4s from a far way back. But they've got to get past the Barcode here on his Frost, and he is going to be playing this aggressive. Misty is giving intel there, and it does look like they're trying the old strat here of letting Fish use Misty for cover for intel here, but still, you've got to force him out. He's going to be wasting a lot of valuable time. They don't want to be down to the 20-second meta here. But with that, Moxie has actually got the opening kill as well. That's their flank watch gone. Now, that makes the life even more difficult. It means they need to get Barcode out of here even quicker. Oh, but Barcode finds the OSA. That's the whole strat gone down, and there's Fish gone as well. All down to Astra and Lulu here. Astra taking a lot of damage, not being able to find a kill in return. This has all gone wrong for Taken in the spatter as soon as it went wrong there, but Astra does manage to find Moxie. Big kill for him. Moxie obviously being the kill leader there, the spearhead there for Memphis. We were speaking about him earlier, we were expecting him to be the spearhead, but right now Barcode has made that even though they've lost their spearhead, there's still no way for Taken to get into this map. They're down to just 2 players, very little HP, and they've lost their OSA, but Astra hitting a lot of shots, showing the game sense that he was known for back in the day, showing that experience. He is trying to bring the comeback here for this round, but there's still a lot of work to do. Barcode is still sitting up there. He's got the shotgun. He could do a lot of vertical play to deny the plant. The wall hasn't even opened up yet. They're down in 40 seconds, and it doesn't look like they're aware that Barcode is still there. He can have a huge impact there. Apex looks like he's starting to get a little bit aggressive here, but they do push and find Barcode there. Goes very well for them on that. So now they've actually managed to bring it back to the 2v2. This means that they're sitting in a situation where it looks doable, but they're down to 20 seconds. How are they going to handle it? 20 seconds left on the clock. They're still going to be past the deployable shield. They do have the util. No, they don't actually have the utils. So, and the C4 gets both. With that being all said and done, it means that Memphis are now 3-1 on the board. Moxie, 7 for 2, spearheading his team here. What we said in the beginning, he was one of the players to be watching out for his team. Well, he's proving it. On the other side, we've got Fish, 3 for 4, not doing as well as what we were expecting. Astro's actually a sub for his team here and feeling incredibly ill. Did nearly bring it back for his team there along with Lulu, but to no avail. This means that with Memphis and Taken, it's actually gone to the 3-1 now with Memphis in the lead. Yes, Oregon is a more balanced map, so Taken could bring it back, but they don't want to let Memphis run away with this. They don't want this to become defender-sided. Well, Memphis do. Taken don't. Taken need to start getting rounds. This is only a best-of-1 matchup. They don't have room for error here, especially since, yes, they're sitting fourth in the standings, but that's not necessarily good enough for what they want to do. All it could take is one match, and then they could be in a situation where they aren't no longer available to get to that land. The land that this whole tournament is about, the land that everyone wants to get to, the first siege land in a very long time that I'm aware of, the first properly hosted event here from R6 SSA. But looking back into it now, Memphis going back into the top four, just completing the cycle, they've opted not to do all four sites, but instead just to go up to the back to where they started. This should be Taken's opportunity to bring another round in. It's round 5. They've got 2 opportunities to get this to a 3-3 scoreline. They need to do it for themselves. Taken cannot afford to lose more rounds here. Especially considering that this was supposed to be an easy match for them. Oh, and they have actually lost Astra here after the prep phase, so I'm not 100% sure on the rules, but I do believe that means that they're going to have to continue playing the round without Astra. But unfortunate for them, so not a great start. This is really going to be, we're going to have to see Fish picking it up. He has switched to the Yana, which maybe could be a good thing. Comfort operator for a lot of players. Nice fun gun. She's got the nades. They've actually got 6 nades on their side, and they do still have Lulu, so there is still options in terms of the utility and the hard breach. They are going to have to bring it in from a one-sided take though, but maybe that's what Taken needs. Maybe they just need to focus all their energy on one side, focus and let Fish play aggressive, let him find a way to get those kills that he hasn't been able to get so far, which Moxie clearly has. Because so far, not going too well for him. On the side of Memphis as well, to make matters worse for Taken, Certain Prawn still hasn't found an opening. Kill, yes, his utility's been good so far, but that means effectively they've been losing all their gunfights to 4 guns. But Astra has managed to return to the game, but unfortunately that does still mean Taken are going to have to still try and bring this round back in a 4v5. Not optimal for them. The nades are starting to come through, to little avail though. They've already lost almost half their time, only 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. Misty is starting to get aggressive here, looking to find something upstairs here. Nades are coming out. Half the damage gone, and Barcode finds Misty. This means now suddenly Taken or down to a 3v4 with the nade does manage to find Barcode. This means now Moxie gonna have to go big for your team here. Prawn, you're gonna have to do something. Fish is still alive and he's looking to play aggressive. He's aware of the player in the corner. He does find Apex. He's actually got a lot of the ground that they needed. With Necrox in the window, they've got a lot of the crossfire and he goes big and he finds Femo as well alongside. This means now suddenly it's all down to Prawn and Moxie. Prawn does manage to get himself open on the board finally. Just what his team needed. They're down to the 2-2 here. There is still a hard breach ability, but they're going aggressive. The stage is in. They're both on top of each other. Moxie's down to 5 HP. Then Prawn is down. It's down to the 2v2-1. Taken, clawing his back. Plant going down. Moxie looks like he's actually recollecting himself, giving himself a bit of space here. Trying to find what he can do, but he's going to have to peek through a doorway onto 2 guns that will be holding across onto his position. They know exactly where he is. He's got 38 seconds to try and do it. Lulu is actually going around outside, so this is going to have to be Moxie now. You're going to have to push now to get the territory. But it doesn't look like he doesn't know, and Necrox closes it out. That gets Taken their second round on the board. And with that, potentially getting themselves that little bit closer to the 3-3 split. And it was actually well done by them because they were not in an optimal position. They were sitting there with a man down, with Astra gone. So well done by them, especially Fish, finding the moment, the perfect moment to be aggressive there. And to be honest, it was perfect from him. He absolutely wanted for his team there, just the aggression, and allowed a play to be made by Lulu and them to close it out. So with that now, Prawn is on the board. All the players are here. Hopefully we won't have another disconnect, especially for Taken. They are trying to bring this back to the 3-3 so that they aren't on a bad situation. If they sit on the 3-3, they might be a little bit pretty going to the defensive side, because that's where we're going to see the lack of structure of Memphis really hit them hard if Taken can get their strats together. But it's just a question of what can we do? Memphis have gone up here again, so maybe they've been saying to themselves, okay, yeah, we nearly had it that round. We nearly had it. It was just small little mistakes. Let's fix it up and let's get ourselves that 4-2 lead and make it Taken's lives as hard as possible. But Astra has been disconnected again. His famed internet issues striking. For those that don't know, Astra unfortunately has what we refer to as potato internet. And in the past it has caused some issues for him and his teams, and it looks like here it is causing some issues for Taken. But again, they did claw back the 4v5 last round. See if they can do it again. It does look like Apex is going to be a bit more aggressive with his visual here, rocking the beautiful black ice on that skin, if I must say, on that gun piece, if I must say. But I want to see Fish is going to have to go aggressive again. He's going to have to make a play here, especially since Misty on the Finker hasn't had the greatest game so far. And he's going to have to find a way to beat Moxie, because Moxie is doing extremely well this game. Yes, last round he was picked off, didn't have that impact that he needed. Barco did have a bit of an impact, but wasn't enough for his team. But it looks like Taken are actually taking it slower this time. And it looks like it might have caught Memphis a little bit off guard, because Memphis have actually returned their roamers to the side. Fish actually sitting comfortably in the window there, but his Osa shield's been gone. Other one's been blocked. Barco looking to do some peeks here. There is a bit of an encounter coming up, but they aren't swinging it too far. But Fish has lost the positioning that he had. They've lost a lot of time, they've lost position. Lulu is in a little bit, but still, there's no territory that's been gained. They've lost utility, they're losing time. Lulu, you gotta do something. Something's gonna happen. Misty is starting to play a little bit aggressive, he's trying to look for something to do. Just being a little bit cautious though. There is still that shield sitting there, but the nade is coming out to clear the utility, and that does push Prawn back. The shield will go with that, which means that might give Misty and Taken the opportunity that they need. The crossbar comes out, and Necrox does find Prawn, evening it out to the 4-4. That's exactly the opener that Taken needed. Misty playing aggressive, but doesn't net a kill. Femo finds Misty, brings it down. Fish, where are you? You've got to do something aggressive, man. Lulu still trying to find a way into the site for his team, still trying to get that the wall open. It doesn't look like they've got the control in the area they need. The wall has been opened up at least, so they have got a way in to get the plant down, but they're sitting in a man disadvantage, and Barcode is sitting in a position for we could potentially go off a flank here. It's not looking the best situations here. But he's full sprint. That was not the play, Barcode. Why are you full sprint? That means Taken back in the 3-3. They've got 40 seconds left. Fish has got a crossfire here. Fema's been down. Lulu, if any time's now the time, you're going to have to get yourself in there. Necrox is coming in to support him. Yes, Apex is still alive, and they do still have Moxie alive. Two big players there, especially Moxie being the kill leader for his team here. There is the potential, but Fish looks like he's getting his way in here. Lulu is in the side, going to be going for the plant. He's got the cover. Fish is on the window. He's looking aggressive. It's going to be 1v1 here between him and Moxie. He doesn't be aware that Moxie's coming up behind him. He does, and Moxie gets the kill, and suddenly it's a 2v2. The plant is down. It's all down to Moxie and to Apex to get a retake for the teams here. Lulu sitting in the corner. They are aware of his position, but areas want to be in. They cannot. There's 30 seconds left. They have a bit of time. And Moxie missing his shots. Lulu barely survives, but it does get finished off. It's all down between Moxie and Necrox now. Moxie being an extremely powerful player for his team. Extremely good. But he did miss his shots there, but he's playing a very aggressive. He is aware the sledge is here. He does find the sledge. That means he's got exactly. He's going to get to the diffuser with a nick in time. Probably going to manage to defuse it with probably just a second left, hopefully, for his team. Yes, he's going to have it just over a second, which means Memphis is sitting on a 4-2 split going into the attacker half. That is not the half that Taken wanted. Yes, he missed a lot of his shots, and pointing out that he missed a lot of shots in ace there. It was a bit of a whiff, not going to lie. But looking into it now, that means Taken, you're in a bad situation here. And we are just going to be having a rehost coming out here, which Thank you. I need it for my throat. Solo casting is not easy, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, the next time we cast, I will have Kanye with me, and we'll have some other casters as well to be cycling in. It's just again load shedding, making things not so easy with that. But with that, we're going to be having a rehost to try and either get Astro back in, or maybe to get a different player in his position. So with that, we should be going to the transitioning screen. I will be needing to get some water just to help my throat a bit. And as well, so far the game has been pretty good though. I'd say this has actually been a lot more of an evenly sided match than what any of us were expecting. I still remember when I was told I was going to be casting this game, someone was saying to me, "Oh, no, it's going to be an easy 7-0, it'll be over quick and you can go back to Tarkov." Well, not quite the case, is it now? Because this has been entertaining to watch. There's been some whiffs, there's been some great moments as well, especially from the side of Memphis. I've seen some excellent moments and ideas from coming out of them. And from Taken, I've seen some big plays come out of Astra, some big plays come out of Fish. It's just the rest of the plays that need to happen right now, because they need to make sure everything happens right. But with that, I do believe we should be going to a transition screen here. If I can just be confirmed in my ears, if I'm allowed to go and get some water quickly for myself. Okay. So we're on a transition screen then? Yes? Okay. 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 Oh, get some water. No, no. Okay, so we are live again, are we? So with that, we're live. I'm back. I've got some water. And with that, so the gameplay's actually been pretty good so far. I've actually really enjoyed it. This has actually been a game that I've enjoyed a lot. And looking through chat, I'm just reading through chat here a little bit. I do see that people are actually active, and I'm very glad to be seeing that we've got actually quite a big viewership here. A big viewership, especially for what we've seen in the past with Siege, especially in SA. It's what we've been needing. Unfortunately for the side of Taken, they've been having some issues obviously with Astra, but other than that, the gameplay has been excellent to watch, and I don't think anyone in chat can disagree with me. Like, I think it's been great fun to watch. I've been enjoying the match, certainly. And for me, it just comes down to what are Taken going to do? Because this is not a position that Taken should have been in. Memphis have been calling themselves a meme team from the beginning, from the first interview. So why have Taken allowed themselves to be in this situation? Yes, the last 2 rounds they didn't have Astra, but that's 2 rounds. This shouldn't be happening. What are Taken doing? And for me, the question is, they're going on to the defensive side. They've had their little breakthrough in terms of the rehost, so maybe the mental reset is all they needed. We saw Fish playing aggressive, so I can't really think of a reason why it shouldn't go well for them. We're just trying to get the players back into the lobby here, but they really need to be sitting there and talking. They can't be messing around. They need to be thinking, what are they doing wrong? How are they allowed to get themselves into a situation where they shouldn't be in the first place? Because this shouldn't be happening. especially as well, if I look at the scoreboard from back then, unfortunately, we're going to have to get like a mixed scoreboard to put it all together. But looking into the scoreboard here, what we do actually see is that there is a bit of a thing with Lulu being one for whatever, and that's not what Taken needs. Yes, on the other side as well, Memphis also has a player that's going 1 for, I believe, 5 or 6. But again, Memphis have been working with it because on the other side, they've got Moxie who's been going huge. So it is a bit more difficult to get those kills when Moxie is the one that's absolutely popping off and taking the kills away. But at the same time, Lulu has been the one that's been constantly alive in the last last 20 seconds of a round. So why is it that he's not getting those kills? So again, he needs to, maybe just a mental reset is all he needs. Maybe all the players need is just this reset. The defensive side as well, Oregon. We know it's a map. Anyone that's been here can tell you this. I can tell you from experience. Good strats can make the difference between Oregon being one-sided and not being one-sided, but being a very good matchup to suddenly being the most one-sided thing you've ever seen if your strats are good. So how are Taken going to use it? We're going to have to see. They've got their 50-50 split. Not their 50-50 split, but they're not too far off of a 50-50 split. They've got their restart here. All they need is maybe just that reset, put the strats together, get it going. Again, sorry about all the rambling. We are just getting the players back into the lobby here. You've got to love the technical timeouts. It's just Siege. It's just a reality, and this isn't exclusive to it. To be honest, I think we're doing a lot better so far in terms of technical timeouts than a lot of the other regions. So I think that's looking good for us. But looking into it now, I'm just trying to recall what else we saw during those matchups. I think one of my favorite moments, to be honest, I'm going on about this a lot, but Astra, when he was on Zofia with the LMG, and he hit some shots that I have not seen out of him since back in during my coaching days, and I absolutely love to see it again. For those in chat asking where my light is, the answer is simple. I am being load-shedded, for those that don't know. So you'll have to ask XCOM about what's happening. Yes, we're getting some Siege by candlelight here. So it should be enjoyable for all of you, and maybe a bit romantic if that's what you guys like. I do see a ready coming out in chat, but it is quite... So, interesting development here that has just been told in my ears. Taken will not be having a full 5 stack. Astra is unfortunately unable to get back in, which means they are going to be playing a 4v5. This is not what Taken needs now. They're fourth in the standings. They have the ability to get to the playoffs and potentially get to the LAN. Suddenly, they're going to have to play a 4v5 against Memphis. This is not what Memphis wanted. I mean, Taken wanted. This is maybe not even how Memphis wanted it to go for them. They wanted to lead it from the start in a fair 5v5. But Taken are going to have to play really well now. It's going to really be important for the likes of Lulu to start getting his kills up and start getting those post plants together. And at the same time as well, it's going to be very important for Fish to keep that aggression up and keep those plays up. But he needs to be smart with his aggression. He can't just be aggressive and die. His aggression needs to keep him alive as well towards the end of the round. But maybe with the roaming, this could be the play. Especially here, he looks like he's going to be taking the Jaeger. They are going to be going to Laundry first, so maybe Taken. I am actually predicting from the light side of their side. I am actually predicting more of a turtle since they're in the 4v5. Effectively, it's as if they've lost the opening engagement in every round, so they can't afford to not be winning those opening engagements now. So it's going to very much be up to every single one of them to really put their gunner skills up here. We've all seen them in the past. They all have actually a lot of potential with the gun. Lulu, we've seen him in the past. He played for DNMK. We've seen some big moments out of him. We've seen big moments out of Fish. A lot of big moments out of Fish. Not just in this game, but in the past as well. Misty, I've seen a couple aggressive plays out of him, and Necros, we've seen important kills coming from him. So we need to see it, but at the same time, can they shut down Famo and Moxie? Because the two of them together have just hit absolutely incredible shots today and been so aggressive in a way that it's really made that Fish and them can't play the game that they want to. So, and now even more the situation is that they're sitting back. Astra's power is on, but I don't believe, because they've already used their rehost, they haven't actually got a way to get him back into the lobby. So unfortunately for them, they are actually stuck with the 4v5. According to the rules, they'll have to be confirmed to me, but I do believe there's no way for them to get Astra back in. And Memphis are gonna it looks like they're gonna be very aggressive to try and get themselves out here. They've already got essentially an opening kill for themselves, so use it, capitalize with it. Looks like they're gonna go for a traditional blue take here. Not actually, as I say that, it changed their minds. So again, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But looking into this now, it looks like the whole team's actually rotating around. They're not quite sure exactly what they're trying to deal with here. It looks like they're going for a full roam clear or a full top-down clear. They don't want to have to deal with a roamer. They aren't... Obviously, no one passed the memo to them that the fact that Taken aren't going to be playing as aggressive anymore because they can't afford to lose an early entry. They need to play it safe and waste as much time as possible, but because clearly this hasn't been communicated to Memphis, the time's being wasted without the side of Taken having to do anything anyway. So, with that being said, there is a minute and 45 left on the clock. They are starting to get some intel on the site. Fish, sitting on the tower, they've obviously completely misdroned him here. There's a lot of potential. He does hear the footsteps down below him, but they don't seem to be aware at all that Fish is there. There is a Nomad on the board, so the question is, has Nomad put the right Nomad charge in the right positions? I don't think so, because she's sitting with them. Fish can have a huge impact here if he just plays right with the timing. There's a minute left. Misty does find the first kill for his team there. Very important Nitrocell kill there. That is Apex on the board, and oh, what a beautiful shot there from Misty onto Prawn. That's the diffuser down, and he's gonna get aggressive here. He's coming out with a shotgun. He's trying to play it aggressive. When he does, oh, it naturally messes the shot there. That's Nomad panicking. Nomad backs up. Misty is firmly in control of the diffuser. He gets extremely aggressive, and he gets the triple. Necrox fine as well. Another kill for his team. It's all down to Moxie. And Taken with a flawless round. Obviously, with Astra being gone, they didn't care. Beautiful, beautiful gameplay and beautiful shots there with the SMG-11. Fish didn't even have to get aggressive there. He was in a position to absolutely cause chaos for them, but, well, he didn't even need to do anything. Misty hitting beautiful shots there with the SMG-11. Necrox as well hitting an all important kills to keep the site secure, and Lulu just finishing it off for the team. I was saying I wanted Lulu on the scoreboard. There it was. I wanted Misty to start getting his kills. I wanted Misty to start playing it big, and it happened with it, and it happened big time. So for people that are confused as to why we aren't rehosting or anything like that for Astra, unfortunately for Taken, they have actually used their pause and the rehost that the rules give them, which means that unless Memphis is extremely kind and offers them theirs, unfortunately, there's no way for them to get Astra back in. And before people go and hate on Twitter and saying, oh, yada, yada, this and that, it's not good sportsmanship, at the end of the day, there's no obligation for Memphis to do this. And if they want the win, they want the win. Who knows? They're still in a position where they could potentially cause a big upset, especially for Taken here. They could make it Taken doesn't get to playoffs or to the LAN. So it's their choice, and it looks like they're opting not to waste theirs on their opposition. With that being said, though, Taken have gone up to the top floor, trying to stick to sites that they know they feel confident in. Apex, and then was Apex here trying to... He was obviously not very effective at getting kills there. No one on Memphis actually able to get a kill in the previous round, or the previous fourth round were Taken. This means, to me, Taken have woken up. They've realized we're in trouble. We need to get ourselves back together here. And I like what I saw there. But can they keep it going? Can they keep what they're trying to do there? Can they keep trying to do that time and time again? Because they're still a round down on Memphis. They still need one more round just to even out, never mind getting the lead. Memphis has got that man advantage going into every single round. So they just need to figure it out. That being said, 2 minutes into this maze is starting to come out from Memphis. We saw Taken that practice their nades and we're using them to some mild success. Memphis looks like they're starting to use theirs. Utility, first utility going off, and the first kill comes out from Prawn onto Misty. Big kill there. Obviously Misty being the one that absolutely controlled the site there, but Fish does manage to bring it back onto Barcode. But the site has been opened up. The util work of the hard breaches has been done. This means now Memphis just needs to find a way into the site, and Lulu gets cut down before he can even use a single one of his smoke canisters. This means all down to Fish into Necrox. Big guns here, a lot of opportunity. Well, if Fish hits a beautiful shot into Prawn, this means now, but it's still a 3v4 for Memphis. Moxie looks like he's trying to come his way back here, trying to come from the back, maybe sneak around the barbed wire. He's going to give away his position, but it doesn't seem like the other players on Taken are aware that Moxie's there. The util might give it away now. Fish is definitely aware of Moxie's position. There is a crowd. Necrox fully aware of where, and he does find Apex. Fish finds Moxie. It's all down to Femo. Now he's in a 2v1. They are fully aware of his position. He's got 50 seconds left to try and make it work. LMG in hand, a lot of ammo, but it's not looking good for him. 40 seconds left to try and get his way in there through these crossfires. He is rotating around, but they are fully aware of it. He's been really been getting called. Fish knows the rotate's coming. Femo taking even more damage. Down to 5 HP as Necrox just tickles him with the gun. It's all left. Necrox, but he does find Necrox. Femo with 5 HP, he could bring it back, he could clutch this up for his team. Fish is fully aware of his position though, or is he? Well, he is now with the gunshots, pre-fire coming out. It's an LMG, you're gonna pre-fire. Femo has got the diffuser in his hand, he's only got 10 seconds, he has to stick to this diffuse, he cannot hop off of it. Fish knows this. Fish is just gonna play this target at the time. Femo is stuck, and Fish finally ends it up, evening it out for his team. Taken, I'm liking what I'm seeing. This is what we wanted to see out of you. Yes, you're in a 4v5 and still you're making it work. Good on you. Keep it going. This is great gameplay. I'm enjoying watching this. I'm hoping chat's enjoying watching this, so I want to see it just continue straight to the end. I know my throat hurts a little bit from all the solo talking, but I'm willing to go all the way to match point over time. I don't care. This is entertaining to me. I've enjoyed every single moment of this matchup from the beginning to end. Moxie on the scoreboard there, obviously having quieted down a lot. Fish has really picked it up 4-0 since the rehost. Lulu hasn't had a big effect except for the final kill on the first round. I still want to see him bring it back. It can't all be on Fish and Missy to get the big kills. The rest of the team has to get their act together and get their kills up here. Moxie needs to get himself back in here as well. Maybe the little break has just not been good for his mental reset, but we'll see. Have to see what he can do. Memphis obviously as well not having had the best opportunities with getting into the sites, opting to turtle down a little bit, and it's worked out very well for them so far. But it does look like they have actually gone for a meeting hold here, so for a lot of people that don't understand why you would go for a meeting hold, the reason is simple. With a well-structured team, it's extremely easy to hold because there aren't a lot of ways for the attackers to plant. There's not a lot of cover, and there's a lot of crossfires that can easily be held, especially if you keep control of the top floor. The problem Taken has got being in a 4v5 is that how are you going to keep control of the top floor? That's how they're going to have to see. Again, this is going to be on the leadership of Fish here to show how he can get his team to adapt to it. And we don't know. Yeah, he has to get his team to adapt to it. That's all it is. He's the leader of that team and keep their morale up. And obviously now you're losing your crossfires here. So it's really going to be important that the likes of Lulu and Necrox can hold their own gunfights and just, at least until they get back to the 4v4. Drones come out, they are aware of Fish playing a little bit more aggressive here by the castle barricades. But nothing aggressive coming out of Memphis. Yes, Noxie is upstairs. He has taken half of the controls they need upstairs, but it isn't fully secure yet. Apex up here, Barcode, they have got full control of upstairs, which means that Taken have opted not to hold it, which means that it is going to be a lot more difficult now for them to try and prevent the plant from happening. But Fish is still playing aggressive. He's determined to hold this, and he hits a beautiful shot onto Prawn. Suddenly back in the 4v4. That's also the hard breach off the board, which means that now Memphis don't have a way to get that main wall open. They're going to have to force their way into that site. Moxie taking a bit of damage from Lulu returning the fire. With this now being in it's a 4v4 here. A minute left. I don't see a way in for Memphis way into this to get into the site. But as I say that, Barcode does find Lulu. This might be exactly what they needed. Famo is moving around on the back as well. Barcode is in. They are aware of him being there, but he is in, and he bottles the shots, and Necrox hits the headshot. The territory that they had just for that second has been lost to them, and they don't have a way to get to the plant. They didn't even have the diffuser in their hands. There's one C4 on the board for the side of Taken, which means for them, they haven't got any way to do it, but Fish is going for an aggressive retake here. They definitely aren't aware of his position. There's no drones watching him. The call hasn't come out, and he does find Moxie as Misty finds Apex, as Femo does bring it back to a 2v1 for his team. He is aware that Fish is up there. The call has come. He's going to have to find Fish and try and get him back. Fish playing very aggressively. He does find Femo. Take the lead of the scoreboard. Fish hasn't died yet since the rehost. And to me, that's what we wanted to see out of him. He was meant to be the spearhead of his team, and well, now he is showing it. 7-0 since the rehost. And man, I'm loving seeing that. Lulu again, 1 for 2. He's got to get himself on the scoreboard. He can't keep relying on Fish. Eventually, Fish is going to get a death. If Fish doesn't get a death, I'll be very happy for him. But realistically, it's only a matter of time till either Apex or Moxie wakes up a little bit again, and suddenly you have Fish dying. Then it's going to be down to Lulu to try and bring him out the scoreboard again. But with that, Taken returning back to the bottom floor. They did extremely well to hold. We saw some beautiful play coming out of Misty with the mute there with the SMG-11 hitting up. Absolutely beautiful shot there as the person coming down the freezer stairs. And I'm hoping I see more of that. They're going to have to turtle here. Also, for the people that were paying close attention when the first defensive round was taken, Fish was up in the tower. I want to see if he does it again. Yes, he didn't net him a kill there, but Memphis didn't check that at all. So there's a lot of potential for flanks here. Clearly Memphis, yes, they're bringing in the Nomad, but still, they're not watching those flanks nearly as well as they should be. And I want to know when is Fish going to capitalize off of this? So the rounds start coming in here. It does actually look like... I don't even know say what's the point we've seen here. Fish is looking to find some aggression here. He is just in the same spot here in the tower, but again, it doesn't look like Memphis are actually aware of it, even though he did break the window making the noise. But oh, Memphis don't care. They're doing a full blue take here, it looks like. There's a lot of players, they've got 3 players on site. It might be the perfect way. Lulu's already having to use his first smoke canister to try and keep them out. Misty trying to get aggressive here. Playing there by Shaiko. Takes a bit of damage, they're off, fully aware of him. One nade could really be the end of Misty there. And it nearly does. As I said, it nearly passed to Kirsten there, unfortunately. But Lulu's still playing aggressively here behind the shield. More nades sailing out. They are coming out of the utility. And, oh, the fast ADS really keeps Lulu alive there. But he is moving out because he knows he has not got the ADS cover anymore to keep himself alive. The second smoke canister coming out at 2 minutes left. Memphis are doing well to get rid of Lulu's utility, but the ADS is a clear utility. Another nade comes out, doesn't go right. But it doesn't matter if Femo finds Misty and he finds an all-important headshot. But Fish has come with the flank. 4 versus 3 now, Fish getting the good play. We said they need to find a way to kill him here. Misty, now's your time, but Fish downs Apex, but Moxie does find Fish. Fish find these first deaths since the corner. And Memphis gets picked up, but Necrox and Lulu playing very well here. This is exactly what you see the other two of them. Lulu's in a bad, precarious situation, but he doesn't manage to get himself alive out of there. Very low health on the side of Taken, but you still got Prawn and Apex working their way through here. They've got a lot of the manpower, they've got a lot of the deaths that they needed, but they don't have the territory yet. Lulu's still holding aggressively, and we're putting up the reinforcement now. This is going to give them the territory that they needed, but they don't have a way into the site. Intel coming out about their exact position. There's a minute left. They've still got hard breach potential. They have a way in Apex with that LMG, extremely dangerous. Necrox still sitting around with a C4 as well. It's just a matter of wasting time here for Taken. Memphis are going to have to get extremely aggressive, but we've seen the likes of Prawn and Apex make big plays, big kills so far within this game. That LMG, Think LMG, everyone hates it. It's extremely dangerous. Extremely capable weapon. Prawn slowly makes his way in here, being very cautious to avoid that gun sight, but Lulu finds it with the shotgun. All down to Apex now with the Think LMG in a dream. Can he pull it off? swings, looking for the pre-fires. He's not scared. He's got the big mags. He's not scared to use it. But the Taken players aren't peeking. They know there's only 10 seconds left. He looks the wrong way. With that Taken, I believe that's actually 5. I'm trying to remember the scoreboard in my head now. No, it should be 5, 4, 6, 4. Oh, they're on match points. My apologies. I couldn't remember the scoreboard in my head. I do not have great memory. But yeah, Lulu, you did exactly what I wanted to see there. You played aggressive. You stayed alive. When Fish died, you did your job. Great job. Moxie did get a kill there and did find the kill into Fish. That's what he needs to do for his team. But this is Memphis. Ever since the rehos, Memphis has just lost all that momentum they had. Even though Taken are sitting here with less players every single round, Taken are taking control of it. And yes, a lot of it is down to the fact that Taken are now on the defense, which means that Memphis's lack of practice being a new team and as well not having the same scrim routine as what the likes of Taken have, does mean that there's a lot less experience in terms of attack. And for those that don't have comp experience, for a new team, attacking is probably, in my experience, is probably the most difficult thing to do because there is no coordination. It is extremely hard to coordinate a group of players that aren't used to playing with each other and are still learning about each other and learning how to do things. So for Memphis, it's about how can Moxie rally his players together in a way that they can bring this back, because right now, Taken are looking extremely good. Even when we see the beautiful shots getting hit from the side of Memphis players, you just see a beautiful shot coming right back from the Taken players. This match from start to end has looked like it could go either way, but right now it looks like Taken are firmly in the lead and firmly in control of this match, even though they've got the man down. To be honest, I think Memphis really need to just up the aggression here. They've just been stalling out. They've been letting Taken total and waste their time. They really need to find some aggressive plays here. We saw Moxie being aggressive on the defense. Where's that gone on the attack now? He needs to do it. Fish exchanging a couple pot shots from the shield. Oh, he looks like he's trying to get a little aggressive here, opting not to. Misty playing an extremely aggressive position here. This is actually an older strat that a lot of people have seen. It's extremely effective at wasting time. The problem is exactly that. Staying alive in that specific group, extremely difficult. Staying alive in the armory there is extremely difficult, but if you do stay alive, and Fish has actually moved his way in there to take the position because it wastes so much time being in there. But he's just opted to say, move out. And the nade comes out, and Lulu nearly would have caught Lulu there if it had just been held a little bit longer, but unfortunately it doesn't get held. Memphis are actually, but with the kill onto Misty there, they've got a lot of the control they needed. The crossfire that they had to support Fish is gone, which means Fish is going to have to move out of his strong position. That means Memphis have got something they didn't have in the previous rounds, and that's they've now got the initiative. Apex looking to work his way in here, trying to take the position that they've got. Where's the drone work? The area's clear, the nades are coming out there, but they obviously aren't aware that Fish isn't there anymore. They're still being extremely cautious to his presence. Lulu getting a little bit aggressive here on the diffuser. Smoke canisters, 1 minute left, a lot of potential from the smoke canister. Arco does find Fish as well as all down to Necrox and Lulu again. Scratch that, it's all down to Necrox. He does find 2! 3v1 though, he's still got a lot of work to do. He does find it. He makes it the 3v1. My apologies, I can't do math right today. Necrox playing extremely well here. Could really clutch it out, but Prawn is planting. Barcode, you need to cover your man here. Necrox is getting aggressive, is trying to find something here, but the plant has gone down. Necrox. Prawn does find Necrox, and Memphis get themselves just a 6-5, meaning it's all that closer to overtime. Personally, I want to see overtime. It'll be entertaining to me. I've been enjoying this match. We've all seen great shots coming out today. Great kills coming out today. We've seen some good ideas, but again, Taken shouldn't be in this position. So to me, it's kind of a thing of they aren't doing everything right. There's a lot of mistakes that we saw from Taken in the first half, and they're paying for it now in the second half with their man count being down. Even though, yes, they are on match point, if Memphis gets to overtime, I think Taken are going to be in danger. Because they're essentially living on borrowed time here, being a man down. Yes, they might be the more practiced team, and you could even argue they're a better team. But being a man down in Siege is a huge disadvantage. Round after round after round, where every player has to keep being huge and clutching up. You can't rely on it. Just ask G2 and R6 EUL. You can't rely on players trying to clutch everything up. You have to there has to be the cohesion between the team. So with that, Taken is actually bringing it back up to the same site. They do think they can win it. They think it's probably where their best chance is rather than trying to go to a different site. And we'll have to see what change they make. Maybe they're just going to try and keep Misty alive. We've seen Misty hitting some great shots with that SMG-11. As well, Necrox nearly bringing it back for his team there, actually getting also important 3 kills there. The first nades getting prepped to come in and help with the wall. That nade should have done the job. It should mean that the wall can now be opened up by Prawn there. No, it doesn't. It did actually not land in the right spot, which means the second one misses as well, so the mute jammer is still up. Which means Memphis are not going to get that open. We need to go down. 2 minutes left on the clock. Memphis are taking it much slower than what they have in previous rounds. Actually, scratch that. As I say, that Apex has actually made his way up in the main stairs. They're just trying to connect intel and trying to figure out what they can do. They can't get that main wall open anymore. Are they going to rotate, or are they just going to have to try and force their way through? Apex looks like he's just going to try and shoot the mute jammer wherever he can find. Oh, this is actually kind of smart. So he's doing a lot of drone work. He's trying to he's using his scanner to pick up where everyone is, but Fish on the flank finds Apex. He's not going to get any of the intel that he needed, and he's not going to be able to shoot the mute jammer either. And second, Moxie finds Misty, not Moxie. My apologies, Misty. First the C4, well-timed, great communication with the team there. Then the SMG-11 shot. This means now it's all down to Famo and Barcode here for their teams. The hopes and dreams of Memphis rest on these 2 players. They're in a 4v2 here. Barcode hits the shot into Fish. That's the big player gone, but there's a lot of clutch potential, especially from Necrox and Misty, the 2 of them there. Famo and Barcode not having the most influential games for their team. They've got to find a way in here. They've got to find a way past the smoke canisters and past the laser gate. There's no more C4s on the board, but Misty playing an extremely aggressive position here. There isn't actually a drone to tell them where he is. They want to know, and he's going to swing as Barker turns around. Oh, Barker escapes with his life just because of the range. Misty's still playing aggressive here. It doesn't look like Memphis actually have a way to know how to get up there. They just don't know what to do. Misty not dialing back the aggression. He's just holding this. He knows that as long as he's there, they can't even get to defuse him. Barcode now sneaky. He has to get past the laser gate, but he doesn't have a way to get past that laser gate. Boost himself up. He's getting ready for a big push here. Still a smoke canister to deal with. That smoke canister could be the death of Barcode along with the laser gate. The laser gate goes down. Here comes the push. But Lulu finds the first one. Big kill there. Last smoke canister comes up, but he isn't aware that Barcode is in. Barcode might swing again. And he does. He finds his first kill, but he still has to find 2 more. He's got 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. And he doesn't find it. With that, Taken win the round. Win the match. And that's the matchup done. Was very difficult for them. 4v5 for a lot of the rounds. And also with Memphis, incredibly well played to them. I've got to say, not what I was expecting to see out of them. I was expecting to see a lot of memes, and what I saw out of them was actually some really good gameplay. And kudos to them. I think I thoroughly enjoyed that. I do believe that Aldo enjoyed that, watching that from a caster perspective. And I hope that you guys all enjoyed watching that now. I don't know, are we going to be getting a player interview possibly? We will possibly be getting a player interview in the next couple of seconds, but I think just whilst we wait to hear about that, I think that match was so entertaining to me to watch just because of the pure gunplay that I've seen. I spent a lot of time watching the likes of Dropshot from his screen back in my comp days, watching the likes of Ergo, and a lot of the shots that I saw reminded me of sitting and watching that, and it's enjoying to watch. And I think a lot of people as well would have in chat would have watched that and would have really enjoyed it as well. And I'm hoping that people are enjoying it, because so far the gameplay has been. Yes, this is only our first stream, but the gameplay has been fantastic for our first stream. And I really hope we can actually see more gameplay like that during the tournament. That was a fourth place team and what was considered to be a beam team. So I'm really can't wait until I get to cast a game where we've got two proper teams that are really going for it and really maybe battling out for that last spot to get into playoffs to get to that LAN, or even possibly that last spot to get to the LAN. The gameplay's been fantastic. I've been sitting here in the dark, and to be honest, if it wasn't for all these candles sitting in front of me, this gameplay would have distracted me from the depressing fact that I'm currently going through load shedding. But so along with that, we have got Fish here for an interview. I'm ready when you are, Aldo, to drag him in. Well, any second when it works to drag him in. Yeah. Here we go. I managed to drag him in. I don't know if he can speak though. Fish, are you able to talk in here? I don't think Fish has perms to talk in here. We will just have to give him a permission to talk here. Bear with us for 2 seconds, folks. This is our first stream here, so we are still trying to sort it out. Fish should now be able to speak. Can he? Okay. Well, whilst we're waiting for Fish to gain the ability to speak, I'm actually just going to ask some questions so he can think about it and give me a very good answer. So first off, Fish, you guys are feeling, obviously, that was a good win for you. Not as clean as you would have liked, having it been a 4v5, but mentally, I want to know, how do you guys feel after that match? Take your time to think about it. I know we've got to get your mic sorted out because for some reason you can't speak, but if he can just unmute himself, Meneer Fish, it would be fantastic. Doesn't seem like we're able to get him to speak yet. Aldo, if you can, I can just ask you, just give him admin role, and it should let him override it. We can just take the admin role away afterwards. Okay, so apologies. This is the first player interview we've done. We're still trying to get it sorted out. Bear with us for just a minute here. Okay, and then Fish, you got an admin role, so it should definitely let you speak now. There we go.
Hello, I have to leave and join back.
Okay, there we go. So, Fish, how
Yes.
do you difficult win? Like I was saying earlier, it was 4v5. How are you guys feeling mentally after that match?
I mean, it's a boost for us because, as you know, we've lost our first 2 games.
Yeah.
But mentally now we're feeling ready for our next match. Obviously the 4v5 is unfortunate, but this is Titan Esports, and we are here to get out of this group.
Yeah.
And essentially that was a great feeling to win. Obviously a 4v5. Who doesn't love winning a 4v5? It's a good ego boost.
Yeah, very good ego boost.
It's a very good ego boost. So yeah, it's we're feeling great after that. That was good.
And
Just a bit slacky.
Yes, yeah, and as well. So obviously, with you've got a bit of an ego boost now. You're feeling good, and obviously, I would have actually liked to speak to you guys back when we did the interviews with some of the players at the beginning. And I want to ask this question now because we didn't get to ask this question originally. How do you rate your chances getting to this LAN? Obviously, I do believe we did class you guys as tier 1.
Yes,
So
yes.
how are you guys rating your chances to get to the LAN here?
I mean, coming into the tournament, we had a good run of games. Our scrims were looking great, and on our first match of the tournament, we changed IGL. So we've been struggling a bit, getting used to the new way of IGLing, getting used to the new way of attacking. The way we're attacking now is completely different. So I still rate our chances. I believe in my team. Individually, we have some crackheads. We have some people that have been in this community as of Lulu for such a long time. So yeah, I rate our chances high, but now we need to
Yeah.
focus. Our heads are in the next game. Our heads are not too far ahead to say that we're in the land. Our heads are in the next game for now.
Yeah, so full focus on the next game. I'm not
Full
sure who that
focus.
is.
Nixa tomorrow. I hope you guys will be
Nixa
streaming
tomorrow.
that. Yes,
I would
sir.
actually love to stream that. I am for the people that not have realized, I am a big drop shot simp, so I love to watch anything to do with him. But yeah, I would love to stream and cast that match. It would be absolutely fantastic, and I think that could actually be a great matchup. How do you
Yes.
feel looking
How
at
do
tomorrow?
how
How
do
do
we
you
feel
feel?
going into it?
Yeah,
I feel like tomorrow is gonna be the day that we make our name known. I know some people have already told me like, it's not gonna be so interesting, but like, we haven't fully kicked off. We're not showing our full potential, and
yeah,
I hope after tonight, I think we needed this win. It's a sloppy
yeah,
one, but we needed it, and we did it without Meneer Vaughan, who we all know is a crackhead and a half.
yeah, yeah.
So
I know very well.
yeah. So we are hoping to take the 3 points, or at least a point, against Nixa. That's our goal tomorrow. We've practiced enough for this now, and we're ready to take out Nixa and show that we are here to be a top 4 team.
Loving to hear the confidence. Loving to hear it. Thank you so much, Fish. Absolutely awesome.
Thanks for streaming our game and the
Yeah, the
tournament overall.
gameplay was great to watch, and can't wait to see more of you guys.
Always. Thank you, boys.
I do believe as well. I do see Moxie sitting in the off-air channel. Do we have an interview with him or not? Okay, we should also be having an interview here with Moxie. So here's Moxie. Hello, Moxie. How are you feeling?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
So I spoke to you guys. I spoke to you back in the day when we were doing our interviews, the first interviews, just a little pre-show, and you said you were ready to make upsets, and you really nearly pulled one off tonight, eh?
Yeah, it's been a bit difficult. We haven't had one match where we actually had a starting squad and all that. But we were hoping for the upset tonight. It just didn't come in. We had no coordination because our main actually anti-walled and all. Well, I couldn't play tonight, so we had to get Famo in. Famo doesn't play much Siege. It was a whole stuff up, but we played well on the defense. I was happy
Yeah.
there though.
Yeah, so as well, you guys played very well on the defense. The attack it did fall off a little bit, but as well, that's kind of to be expected with newer teams. But I actually want to talk about some of the shots I saw you hit, because wow.
Yeah, I'd say I was a bit shaky though. I was a bit shaky. It's a bit nervous. It's on stream.
With Alibi and
Yeah, yeah.
the ace
So
that you shot around instead of hitting.
yeah, so I'm not used to playing Alibi and stuff. And I felt like we actually needed Alibi Alibi is really well or good on that map. So I took
Yeah.
Alibi. I'm still getting used to the recall, but she's really nice op though. But I'd say yeah, my defense was fairly well played. I think just work on the aim a bit more. But otherwise, yeah, I'm happy how I played though.
And how's the atmosphere feeling in the team? Obviously, the overall tournament scoreboard isn't looking very good right now. But how's the atmosphere feeling in the team? Are you guys still feeling like you can really hit another big set? I do believe you still have to play Levitate at some point.
No, so we're in Group B, so we won't
Oh,
be
you're in Group B.
playing
Sorry.
Levitate.
Who will you have to be playing next? My apologies.
So yeah, we went into the tournament. I mean, we played Meraki. They're a fabulous team.
Yeah.
Really good players. They played heavy strats, and we had two standing players, so it was really difficult. We didn't really go into the game thinking, okay, let's try win this. We literally just played to actually just have fun. Obviously the score came out as it is, and then we played Regen, which is also a fantastic team. I think they're currently on second in the bracket or first.
Yeah.
I hope to see them hopefully making to top 4. But yeah, so we want to get past now the difficult game. So we're gonna start moving on to Kush Kush. We want to play them because I mean it's a meme team. My mate plays for them lefty, so it's a really
Yeah.
a really fun game. So probably like a lot of knife rounds, pistol rounds. We want to get that streamed, just to like have fun and all that. But otherwise, I think the boys had a fun time playing the tournaments. Obviously, we won't be making it now to the top 4. We came
Yeah.
in just to have fun purely. We didn't come into like, okay, we're gonna play strats. Let's make strats. We just came in to win, or not to win. Sorry, just to have fun.
Well, I'm glad you guys have been enjoying the tournament. I think the whole of R6 SSA is actually even glad that the tournament so far is actually. I think mostly been enjoyable. I don't think there's been any major bad moments. And yeah, one more thing, Moxie, that I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
What did you guys? How is you guys' communication in that team? Because I'm a little bit curious. Like, are you guys actually communicating, or are you just running around playing like ranked?
To be honest, it's difficult to explain. There were some moments where there was like really good communication. Like our defense, we were like first joking around in the first half, having a laugh, and then we would get like serious, and then
Yeah.
we'd have a laugh, get serious, and then attacking. That was just going crazy. We were saying, "Nah, let's like rush freezer," then we were saying, "Nah, let's just push main," and all that. So it was a bit wild though, especially attacking. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just running around 1v1ing. It was all over.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Moxie. I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you now.
I
And
appreciate it,
also,
and thanks for the stream.
yeah, and yeah, obviously we're trying to stream all the games we can. This was a very entertaining game to watch. Maybe, hopefully, I hope to see a comp team come up with Moxie for future tournaments. But thank you very much, Moxie. Been fabulous talking to you. Fabulous watching you play. Watching you go head to head with Fish. Really enjoyed every second of it.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy your night.
Thank you, you too, Moxie.
Cheers.
And with that, I do believe that's kind of everything we've had planned for tonight. I do believe, if someone could just confirm in my ear in a second. But with that, I'll just say thank you very much to everyone that tuned in and watched the stream. This is obviously all being done for you guys, for the scene. It's a scene that Aldo thoroughly believes in. And not only Aldo, I have a passion for the scene. There are a lot of players that have a passion for the scene. And seeing everyone here actually participating and having a good time is really what makes it worth it for all of us. And I do also believe this is obviously big thank you to the sponsor NutriCheck for helping make this whole tournament possible as well. But yeah, with that, I think that will be the end of it for tonight. I'm not sure if we still have anything else. I have not. Aldo is still muted in Discord, so I cannot hear anything.
Oh,
So I'm
sorry
not sure.
about
Do I need to?
sorry about that, Justin. My mic is live on stream, so
Yes.
yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. It was a reasonably successful first stream. We had some frame drop issues, which we'll make sure to sort out tonight. Strange, every time we went on an overview, frames would half. So not really sure what happened there, but we'll sort it out, and hopefully we can stream some games tomorrow. We'll check up with some teams and see what we can put together. But we definitely want to start try streaming as much as we can. Get those games out, create some content, have some fun, and yeah, involve the community and grow this community. This is what it's going to take to bring Siege back to where it was, and we thoroughly believe in it. So, but just want to say again, thanks to everyone who tuned in. If you haven't already, just make sure hit that like button. I'm kidding. Just make sure you guys follow the channel, stay up to date. We'll notify on socials from tomorrow on, as well when we do stream games. We'll have some social votes, display that on stream as well. So we'll have everything sorted when it comes to the streaming elements tomorrow. So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated tomorrow if we do have a game. I'm sure we will. But yeah, I think that's all, and I think we can say good night on that note.
Thank you very much for everyone joining. Hope you had a fantastic time. Sorry if you don't like my voice. Live with it. Not my problem. Anyway, good night.